Seahorses. In most animals, pregnancy belongs to the female. Seahorses change that rule completely. The female seahorse produces the eggs, but during mating she transfers them into a special pouch on the male's body. Inside that pouch, the male fertilizes the eggs, protects them, regulates conditions, and carries the developing young until they are ready to be born. When the time comes, he goes through powerful contractions and releases tiny fully formed seahorses into the water. This is not just egg carrying. In many ways, the male's pouch functions like a pregnancy chamber. It helps control salt levels, oxygen, and protection during development. That makes seahorses one of the most famous examples of male pregnancy in the animal kingdom. Public aquarium summaries commonly describe male seahorses as the parent that becomes pregnant and gives birth. The strange beauty of seahorse parenting is that it reverses expectation without becoming a gimmick. The male does not simply guard a nest from the outside. He carries the future inside his own body. In the drifting world of seagrass and coral, fatherhood becomes pregnancy. Emperor penguins. On the ice of Antarctica, parenting begins with an act of endurance. After the female emperor penguin lays a single egg, she passes it carefully to the male. That transfer has to be precise. If the egg touches the ice for too long, it can freeze. Once the male receives it, he balances it on top of his feet and covers it with a warm fold of skin called the brood pouch. Then comes the hard part. The female leaves for the sea to feed, while the male stays behind through the brutal Antarctic winter. He may go without food for weeks while protecting the egg from cold, wind, and darkness. Males gather in huddles, shifting positions so each bird gets access to warmth. Studies of emperor penguin huddling show that this behavior helps males conserve energy during the breeding season in extreme cold. This is parenting as survival math. The father must save enough energy to stay alive, keep the egg warm, and wait long enough for the mother's return. There is no nest of twigs, no sheltered burrow, and no easy escape from the weather. There is only ice, patience, and a fragile egg held above death. Surinam Toad. The Surinam toad does not carry its young in a nest, pouch, or mouth. It carries them inside its own back. During mating, the eggs are pressed onto the female's back. Her skin then grows around them, forming small pockets where the young develop. Instead of swimming away as exposed tadpoles, the offspring remain protected inside the mother's skin until they eventually emerge as tiny, fully formed toads. The Natural History Museum describes this unusual process as eggs being pushed onto the mother's back and covered by her skin before the young hatch out months later. It is one of the most visually unsettling forms of parental care in nature. The mother becomes a living nursery, her back turning into a honeycomb of developing life. To human eyes, it can look disturbing. To the toad, it is protection. This strategy makes sense in a dangerous aquatic world where eggs and tadpoles can easily be eaten. By embedding the young into her own body surface, the mother gives them a shield that ordinary eggs do not have. Surinam toad parenting is strange because it turns skin into shelter. The mother does not guard her babies from a distance. She becomes the place where they grow. Caecilians. Caecilians already look unusual. They are limbless amphibians that resemble worms or snakes and often live hidden underground. But their parenting can be even stranger than their appearance. Some Caecilian mothers feed their young with their own skin. In certain species, the mother grows a special nutrient-rich outer layer, and the babies use small specialized teeth to peel and eat it. This behavior is called maternal dermatophagy. It sounds brutal, but it is a real form of nourishment. Scientific summaries note that some Caecilian young feed on their mother's nutrient-rich skin, allowing rapid growth early in life. Recent research has made Caecilian parenting even more surprising. A 2024 study reported milk-like feeding in an egg-laying Caecilian species, where hatchlings consumed a white, nutrient-rich secretion from the mother. That means some amphibian babies may receive care that looks strangely similar to nursing, even though they are not mammals. Caecilian parenting feels almost hidden from the world, happening underground in darkness. There are no dramatic nests or loud calls. Just a mother and her young, using her body as food, shelter, and survival system. It is one of nature's clearest reminders that parental sacrifice can take forms far stranger than affection. Mouthbrooding fish. For some fish, the safest nursery is not a nest. It is a mouth. Mouthbrooding occurs in several groups of fish, including many cichlids and some cardinalfish. After eggs are laid and fertilized, one parent carries them inside the mouth until they develop. During that time, the parent may eat little or nothing, because opening the mouth too freely could risk losing the young. This behavior turns the mouth into a protective chamber. Predators may search for eggs among rocks, plants, or sand, but the offspring are hidden inside a living parent. When danger passes, some young fish may even swim out briefly and return to the mouth for safety. The idea is strange because the mouth is usually associated with feeding. In mouthbrooders, the same space used to consume food becomes a shelter for children. The parent must resist the normal purpose of its own body to protect the next generation. Mouthbrooding is not gentle in appearance, but it is highly protective. In a crowded underwater world where eggs can disappear quickly, carrying them in the mouth may be the difference between losing everything and sending living young into the water. Poison dart frogs. In the rainforest, poison dart frog parenting can involve tiny journeys that decide whether offspring live or die. Many poison dart frogs do not simply lay eggs and leave. Some species guard eggs on land, then transport newly hatched tadpoles on their backs to small pools of water. These pools may form in bromeliad plants, tree holes, or other tiny water-filled spaces. For a tadpole, that small pool becomes an entire childhood world. In some species, the care continues even after transportation. The mother may return again and again to lay unfertilized eggs as food for the tadpoles. That means she is not feeding them insects or bringing prey. She is producing special meals from her own reproductive system. This kind of parenting is remarkable because it happens at miniature scale. A tiny frog carries even tinier young through a rainforest filled with predators, drying risks, and competition. The nursery might be no bigger than a cup of water trapped in a plant. Poison dart frogs show that parenting does not need size to be complex. In their world, survival may depend on a parent remembering where each tiny pool is hidden. Octopuses. An octopus mother may give everything to her eggs, including her own life. After laying thousands of eggs, many female octopuses stop hunting and dedicate themselves to guarding the clutch. They clean the eggs, move water over them, protect them from predators, and remain close as the embryos develop. During this period, the mother often refuses food. For some species, egg care can last months. In one extreme deep-sea case, scientists observed a female octopus brooding eggs for more than 4 years, the longest known brooding period for any animal. She remained with the eggs in cold, deep water until they finally hatched. By the end, she was weakened and near death. Octopus parenting has a tragic rhythm. The mother protects a generation she will never raise. Once the eggs hatch, her role is essentially over. Many female octopuses die soon afterward. This behavior is strange because it feels both intelligent and doomed. Octopuses are curious, flexible, and capable animals, yet motherhood can become a final act of total devotion. In the silence of the ocean, an octopus mother does not teach, guide, or play with her young. She stands guard until her own body gives out. Alligators. Alligators may look like cold prehistoric predators, but their parenting has a surprisingly careful side. A female alligator builds a nest out of vegetation, mud, and plant material. The heat from decomposing vegetation helps incubate the eggs. Temperature matters because it can influence the sex of the hatchlings. When the babies are ready, they begin calling from inside the eggs. The mother hears them, opens the nest, and may gently carry hatchlings in her mouth to the water. That image can feel almost impossible. Jaws powerful enough to crush bone being used delicately around tiny young. For the hatchlings, those jaws are not a threat. They are transportation. The mother may continue guarding the young after they enter the water. Baby alligators are vulnerable to birds, fish, raccoons, and even other alligators, so staying near the mother improves their chances. Alligator parenting is strange because it breaks the simple image of reptiles as careless or emotionless. The same animal that can ambush large prey also listens for small cries from beneath a nest and responds with protection. Cuckoos. Not every strange parenting strategy is caring. Some animals avoid parenting by making another species do the work. The common cuckoo is famous for brood parasitism. A female cuckoo lays her egg in the nest of another bird. The host parents, often much smaller, incubate the egg and feed the chick after it hatches. In many cases, the cuckoo chick grows quickly and may push host eggs or chicks out of the nest, leaving itself as the only mouth to feed. This is one of nature's most ruthless shortcuts. The cuckoo parent does not build the nursery, gather the food, or raise the young. Instead, it exploits the parental instincts of another bird. The host parents may end up feeding a chick far larger than themselves, working desperately to satisfy a baby that is not theirs. The scene can look absurd, a tiny bird bringing food to a huge open mouth that has hijacked its family. Cuckoo parenting is strange because it weaponizes care. It proves that in evolution, even love and instinct can be manipulated. Jacanas. In jacanas, parenting roles can look almost reversed compared to many birds. Female jacanas may mate with multiple males and defend territories that include several male partners. After laying eggs, the male often takes on most of the incubation and chick care. He guards the eggs, watches the chicks, and may even carry them under his wings. When danger appears, the chicks can tuck under him, with their long legs sometimes sticking out in a strange, almost comical image. This system works because jacanas live in wetland environments where floating vegetation creates a unique habitat. Their long toes help them walk across lily pads and other aquatic plants, earning them nicknames like lily trotters. Jacana parenting feels unusual because the male becomes the main caregiver while the female competes, defends, and seeks additional mates. It challenges the simple idea that motherhood always means direct care and fatherhood always means distance. In Jacanas, the nursery belongs mostly to the father, and the swamp becomes a stage for one of the bird world's most unusual family systems. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.